Okay, I'm gonna start right now. So,
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
So guys, welcome to my channel. So today I have a very special guest with me. It's my coach. I've been working for the past 4 months and I really want you guys to meet him. So Greg, do you wanna introduce yourself?
Well, everyone calls me Coach Greg or Doc Greg, or well, there's probably 5,000 nicknames I have, but I'm just like Greg. So yeah,
Right,
my
I
little
mean,
office
you have all
house.
the occupations in the world, right?
Yeah,
Doctor, lawyer.
and I work about as many hours as everyone that would work for 5 different jobs. Feels like I'm doing 5 jobs at the same time.
I mean, it's funny how I've never actually video called you in the past 4 months until the last day.
Yeah, hardly anyone actually does. I
Oh,
do a
really?
fair bit of calls with clients, but not very many on video. Although I do pretty much every day phone consults or video consults with like people that just hire me for that 15 or 30
Right, right.
minutes. So I'm
I
on the phone all
mean,
the
my purpose
time.
of the video is like mainly I want people in Asia to get to know you more, because like honestly the bullshit and myths here is just I can't even handle it, so we really need someone like you over here, right?
Well, the bullshit is everywhere. It's not one country or another. I'm in Canada and people in my own country who have like 2-3 million followers, they're saying such garbage at the same time. So regardless of the country you're in, there's so much people that are doing the same thing. I don't know if it's because they do it on purpose or they don't understand the information, but it's just really bad overall.
I mean, it's just sad to see how the fitness industry has just gone like this way, right? So
Yeah, it's true in the fitness industry, but I mean, honestly, in every industry, when you know more about anything, you realize how much people don't know about something.
right, right.
As soon as you know everything, you realize that you don't know anything. The more you learn, the more you realize that there's so much more to learn. So like when I started studying this like 20 years ago, I was like, man, I know a lot about this stuff. And the more I learned, the more I realized I don't know anything. So it took, I mean, I'm 44, I've been studying my whole life
Right.
to start like how little people understand and how much you have to actually study to actually understand things. We overestimate how much people think that they know because most people know nothing, like literally nothing.
I
And the
mean,
more you,
I think
someone it cannot.
we do really like some coaches just think that like just because they won like a couple shows, like they're the best, you know what I'm saying? Like they throw people under the bus, like yeah.
Well, yeah, you can get by on your body quite a bit. Like if you look good, you can pretty much convince anybody that you're right.
Right,
A
right,
lot of people can say, like until a year ago, I'm telling you, if because I didn't have many subscribers, I
right,
could say something. What do you know? You're only 200 pounds. This
right,
guy's way bigger. And it's like, just because he's bigger than me, you think he knows more than me? It's like genetics half the time.
right,
So
right.
a lot of that are the biggest or most ripped, everyone wants to listen to them. If you have 5% body fat or you have 250 pounds of muscle, they think, oh, that person knows every secret. It's like half the time it's just genetics.
I mean, it's funny how like they sort of blame it on genetics when they can't build muscle, but then like when they see someone huge and jacked, they automatically like think they know a lot of stuff because that person has like good genetics, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like the opposite of what you think. They should automatically look at them and be like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
obviously genetics, you know.
Right. So I've actually like scripted out a couple of questions. So I'm gonna start the timer now to
Okay.
give your time. I know you're a busy guy, so 10 minutes right here.
Okay.
Right. So first question. You've mentioned like in a lot of your videos, I noticed that you said if you were to eat like out of your cookbook, like just like pizza and everything, right? You would be around 15% body fat, right? That's your healthy or where your body wants to be. Is that true?
Me personally, I would get way more fat than that.
Oh, really?
I ate whatever. I did a video just the other day. I haven't posted it yet. It's me eating what my girlfriend eats in a day. If I ate like that every day, I would be 20+% fat for sure, without question. 15% would be actually hard for me to maintain without eating the way that I'm eating right now. If I just ate like everybody, like a normal, we'll call it a normal healthy diet, be able to be 15% body fat. I just wouldn't. Like my genetics are not to be that lean. I would be easily 20+%. But because of the low calorie dense foods and stuff that I eat, and the fact that I'm racing my bicycle, and I'm actually trying, like I'm trying to be, not like I just eat freely and I don't, care. I'm trying to maintain this. Not easy per se.
So I think a lot of people have the question, like, because you're like lean basically year round, around under 10% body fat, right? So like
Yeah.
for me, like you would say I'm about 25 right now, and I started with you at 30 something, right? So for me, 25 is sort of like starting to get hard. Like I'm starting to feel hunger. So do you feel that like at 8 and 9%? Like on
I'm
a scale
hungry.
of 1 to 10, where would you say like your satiety would be at, like on a daily basis?
10 being starving out of my mind, want to like end my life, shoot myself. I would say, and like the opposite, I would say I'm right in the middle. So I'm like manageable, like it's not like bad. But when I diet down every percent lower, it's that much worse. Like when I'm 6% or less, it's horrible almost all the time. Like when I do a bodybuilding contest and get super lean, it's horrible. The fatter I get, the easier it is. But I had to cut out certain foods. Like I can't just eat ice cream. Like I can't have cereal like in the house. Like it's just, those things would just, as soon as I eat a little bit, I wouldn't be able to stop. I would just have that triggered hunger. I just wouldn't be able to put the fork down. It would just be a nightmare.
So you would say that like you feel good at 9%, like even if you're not at 20, where your body wants to be?
Yeah, like I'm able to put as much power as I want on a bike. I can train hard. I don't feel like I'm going hypo, like I don't have decreased energy. But if I lose even 1 more percent, I would. So I'm right at the, like if I dieted for 1 week, I would suffer like that.
So it's like a trial and error basically.
Yeah, I want to be as lean as I could. Like I would want to be 5% all the time. If I could, I like it. I love to look like that. When I diet I like the look, but it's not manageable. It's not worth it for me. The mental stress, the physical stress that goes with that, it's too hard.
Right. So for my second question, I mean, like you've been in the industry for over 30 years, and like you've been like, I would call you like really successful. Like I think a lot of people would want to be like you, like pursue a bodybuilding or fitness career, but like not go to a 9 to 5 job. Any advice you have for like teenagers like me or people out there just want to start up their platform?
Sure. The 2 most important things is to get educated. So you need to know what you're doing. You need to get the education. So if you can get a kinesiology degree like I have, that gives you the fact. And the second thing is you need to actually live the lifestyle. You need to be that. You need to like look the part and be the part and act the part. So when you do something, people need to say, that person has passion for that, and they can feel it. You can't fake it. You can't fake looking good. You can't fake liking the gym. So, you know, I've been training with weights for 34 years. I mean, it shows. You have a body that shows that you work out. And the passion is there. If you don't like it, anyone can train hard for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or whatever. But show me 10 years. You know, those people are more rare. I've coached a lot of people. I've coached, you know, world champion level power lifters and stuff. They can train really hard for 5 years and they quit. Like it's just like it didn't even matter. I've seen so many people enter the sport of like bodybuilding, bikini contests, all these things. And after 5 years, they don't even train anymore. They don't even eat healthy. They don't look like that. It's just like, it was fun for a while, and now they don't like it. It's almost like maybe they just did it to be cool or something. But if you really like it, you're going to do it forever.
But like, don't you think it's funny? Like people like Chloe Ting, you know, Reshred, like they've got the good genetics, right? But like the information they put out there is like not even comparable to like what you do. Like even from like honestly from all your videos, even from Natty or Nots, I don't know why people complain, because like from there you still get stuff out of the video. Like you learn to see whether if a person is Natty or if they are not, you know what I'm saying?
All my videos are trying to educate and inform people. And there's different ways and different styles that I do that, and different topics. And it's not for everyone. It's going to bore one person, interest somebody else. But when you're making like a dozen videos a week, I don't expect everyone to like everything. I'm not doing it for everyone to just like. I'm doing it just to educate. The people that you name, like, they're really successful because they're preying on what people want to hear. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. It's easy to just do some clickbait title and say abs in 15 minutes a day. And people are like, oh, that's cool. I want to do that. I don't do that because it's bullshit. It's just lies. But they can capitalize on this.
I'm sorry, I think your screen is okay.
Yeah, I had a battery notification, all this.
I mean, from like a money business perspective point of view, like obviously people like Chloe Ting is gonna do like really well, but like where would you say you would find the balance? I mean, like not everybody's into your channel, but like Chloe Ting has like 2 million. I don't know, I don't follow her, but I mean people like that, they often get more followers. Like what you said, they are putting out like bullshit that people wants to hear. So like where would you say the balance would be, like at like earning money, being able to sustain, because bodybuilding is an expensive sport, right?
Well, I was making a living before YouTube got me famous at all. I already was coaching, and I started the YouTube channel basically to just try to promote my coaching. And I was like, well, I'll just make more videos and then people can see it. And I'm like, I want to do this. I was like, I know so much stuff. I just want people to watch it. And so I started, but I didn't understand technology. And I was spending like 5 hours a day trying to edit and type out certain things. And I was like, I'm not good at the technology, the subtitles. And I was trying to like professional more and be all scripted. And then I gave up. I was like, this is not fun. I'm spending so many hours, like 5 hours on a video, and like 500 people would watch it. And I was like, it's just not happening. So instead of that, I said, I'm just going to talk from the top of my head about stuff and just tell it like it is. And if people hate it, I'm not going to care. And when I started doing views, started going up, more people were watching the channel, and it was working. And then all of a sudden people were hiring me for coaching like crazy, so much. And I had to keep increasing my prices because I literally couldn't keep up. We're hiring. I had one day 6 people hired me for full-time coaching. I'm like, okay, this is awesome, but like, how am I going to keep up? And then I started working more and more hours, and I'm like, I don't know how to do it. So I had to keep
from like a selfish perspective, I would say I would hope your YouTube channel not go up, so you would continue to coach me. You get what I'm saying?
Well, like, if my prices were where they were a year ago, I would have 1,000 clients right now, and I would have no life, and I would have 1,000 angry clients because I wouldn't be writing any of them.
Yeah, I understand. I hope you do good. Like, you deserve what you have right now. Like, honestly, I'm just saying.
Thanks.
So for my next question, like, I realized on your training plan, my rep ranges like are from 12 to 15, like for most of the exercises, right? But like from a theory, like textbook point of view, anything above 12 is like muscular endurance. So would you say hypertrophy would still occur there? Which sort of...
Anything above 12 isn't really muscular endurance. I would consider muscular endurance more taking place at around a minute. Muscular endurance would be, I mean, you have strength, which is like very low reps. Muscle endurance is after the strength. And I do almost all my sets at 15-ish is like my average. And that's me as a professional bodybuilder. But that's taking into account time under tension, which is comments I get from people I've coached. I get probably in a year 1,000 to 2,000 messages specifically saying that they listened to my videos and they changed how they train to slow down the reps, add higher reps, and that it made a world of difference in their muscle growth. So like, I get so much feedback from people on what works and what doesn't, that it's like, it's almost like a scientific study that I'm doing on like the world, because I'm getting thousands of messages of people saying, I did this and it worked, this and it didn't work. People who are doing higher reps are getting better results. So
it sounds good. Like, you're getting free research.
What's that?
You're getting like free research. It's sort of good, right?
It is. I mean, yeah, it's like I'm privy to all this information from people, from, you know, performance enhancing drugs to lifting results to food that they eat, training, everything, and the results that they get. And I see all this information, and it's like, I'm learning so much. Like, I've learned so much in the last year compared to even the years before, that it's just making me get even better as I go.
You know what's funny? Like, when I first watched your video, you always preach about going harder, right? But I'm already training hard. I don't know where to like draw the line. So like, after watching your videos, all my reps would be like the bar landing on my chest, or like the dumbbells, like, you know, I can't even raise it up. So like, I think hard really is like, what do you call it? Individual, I'll say.
Individualized, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I make my videos to help 95% of people. So when I say you got to train harder, come on, you guys are pussies, train harder. That's because most people are, but I've seen your videos and it was obviously that you weren't like, so I have to keep saying, go easier next time, stop. But most people, like 95% of the time, if I just say train harder, they're going to get better results. There's 5% that it's not true to, but I can't make a video and be for everyone. So I pick on like the most people that'll help the most. Yeah, like me saying you need to eat less calories, you need to eat less. That applies to probably 95% of people, but there's 5% of people that are, for example, maybe they're anorexic. They need to eat more. So no video can apply to everyone, but I try to help the most amount of people within a video.
So like this leads me to my next question. Where would you say like experience and the actual science and being lifting in the gym, like where do you draw the line, you know, like to apply study or actually does it work or not, like the actual studies?
Well, you need to know both. You can have all the experience in the world with no research. It's not really good. All the research in the world, but no experience is no good. You need both. Like you really need to have both. If you're lacking in one area, you can't do it. Because I can talk to a kinesiology PhD and they can say, hey, I read this. And I can say, yeah, but in the gym, when you do it like this is, and they don't know how to talk back. They can quote every research paper, but they don't have the actual experience doing it themselves. It's basically useless. They can think they know what they're doing, but they don't know what they're doing.
Like you've been on debates and like there's been like a huge increase in amount of like scientific YouTubers, like people like Jeff Nipper and whatnot. Like for people like me, like since I don't have like a kinesiology degree, I can't really like filter out what they're saying. Is it right? Oh, should I take a deload? Should I do my cardio at whatever heart rate percentage? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like you can study everything and say your heart rate should be this, or you should train this many sets and do this. But then you don't know that in the real world, when somebody says, for example, you need to train within 3 reps of failure, that maybe say that's optimal as long as you're within 3 reps of failure. But in the real world, you say to somebody, train within 3 reps of failure and go 5 reps from failure, thinking it's 3. That's most people. So if you just tell them go 3 reps from failure, they're going to train like pussies. So you need to say, go all out, way harder. And then they'll probably train to 3 reps in failure. So what they learn in one paper, it might be 100% accurate, but in the real world, if you provide that information to them, it ruins them. So you have to know that going in, and it's hard. You know, it just doesn't work out for most people.
Okay, so we have like not much time left. I'm just gonna ask you one last question.
Sure.
What would you consider healthy and like less healthy diet? Because like you said, guacamole is like a healthy fat, right? And obviously it's avocado, but like in guacamole it's still kind of processed, right? There's like a tad bit of sugar and other stuff. So what would you consider healthy? Like gluten-free doesn't mean it's healthy, right? You can get like gluten-free pancakes or donuts. So where would you draw the line again?
Okay, well, like for example, gluten is basically the whole problem with gluten is a myth. It's just made up, and it was a cool little. Then there's going to be another cool fad that carbs are bad. There'll be another cool fad is bad. Then there'll be a new study saying, oh my God, if you eat too much protein, it's bad. This all comes around. When I was 20 years old, keto was the main diet. Everyone did keto. And then it changes. So there's no diet that's accurate. There's no special diet that's going to work. The best way to do it is to just eat healthy. Now, healthy is just, everybody knows. I feel like every single person knows what's healthy to the most part. Right. If I say cookies healthy, chips, candy, you know, fast food, everyone can just kind of generally say, yeah, it's probably not healthy. Now, obviously, there's a few foods that are like, oh, you thought it was unhealthy, but it's good. But that's not a big deal. If you just do what's healthy overall, you know it's healthy. Fruit and vegetables are going to be healthy. Lean protein is going to be healthy. Lower fat dairy products are going to be healthy. If you stick to those, you can't go wrong. Now, there's a difference between healthy eating and dieting. To diet, it doesn't just mean eat healthy, because you can eat guacamole, you could have avocado, eat nuts and peanut butter, all these foods that we consider healthy, but there's so many calories in them that if you eat them, you're going to end up just overeating and get fat. So is it healthy to get fat? No. So if eating a healthy food makes you fat, is it really healthy? I mean, the food is healthy, making you fat, so it doesn't really work. Okay, so you have to eat in a calorie deficit to lose weight. That's the main thing.
So it's like a bigger picture in general, right? That you have to mix and match everything together and put it together to see.
Like, if you eat from all the food groups, like Canada Food Guide. I mean, you guys do food guides around the world. But like, if you eat fruits and vegetables and lean proteins and eat lean dairy choices, you're automatically going to get every nutrient you need, every micronutrient, macronutrient. They're all there. You're going to have enough protein, you're going to have enough carbs, enough fat. Everything is there. It's a no-brainer. So then it's just a matter of picking foods that don't make you starving. It has to fill you up.
Because I think the issue was when I first started on your diet, obviously French toast, like I love bread and pastry, right? So people around me was like, does your coach know what she's doing? Like, why are you eating white bread? You know, like, why are you having popcorn? It's not healthy. It's not organic. It's not nutrient dense.
Don't read the labels. They'll think if you're eating rice, it's healthy, and they'll look at the label of rice and it's like, what is healthy in rice?
Right.
Why isn't it healthy? I mean, it has more fiber and more protein and less calories. So how is that unhealthy? You know, people just are brainwashed.
I know you did a video on that, so I'm just gonna link it in the description later. Right.
Sure.
So I think that should be it, and time was up. So thank you very much for today. And you know, if there's like a future spot open, just call me.
Probably. Right now, busy. I have a new training book coming out. I have about maybe in a week or something. That's crazy busy. I have so many plans. Unbelievable right now how much work I have. So busy time.
I mean, well, I wish you all the best. And
thank you.
I think I'm gonna stop the recording right here.